Hello, my name is Mary Ann. This is our final yoga practice in the Trauma and Healing series. You do not have to do the series in order, but if you have been, we have focused first on awareness, then acceptance and love, then gratitude, and finally forgiveness and letting go. For this practice, I wanted to honor the importance of moving forward with empowerment and strength. As you practice today, I invite you to consider what empowerment means to you. Is strength physical, mental, emotional, spiritual? What are your strengths? How can you use your strengths to improve your community and the world around you? During this practice, you will have an opportunity to spend time in several warrior poses. And I encourage you to use those moments to feel the empowerment of your new journey and discover your strengths. This is a good time to grab a few blocks if you'd like to use them. And when you are ready, meet me in a comfortable, cross-legged, seated position. In this position, let's take a few moments to get in tune with our breath. In Sanskrit, the word prana refers to the life force within each of us. Pranayama fills that life force with our breath. On your next inhale, breathe in deeply through your nose, filling your lungs as you lengthen your spine. As you exhale, relax your shoulders, dropping them away from your ears. Inhale and feel the strength in your back and rib cage. Exhale through your nose and let go of any tightness in your face or jaw. Take several more deep breaths in and out through your nose and set your intention for this practice. Consider the ways your strength is manifested, as well as areas you may want to develop more. Strength comes from first letting go of all the things in our lives that we cannot control and all the things that don't really matter. Give yourself permission to let go of those things and allow the pressure and stress related to them leave your body. Now allow each breath to fill that new space with love and compassion, for that is the root of empowerment and true strength. We'll begin our practice with a few seated stretches. Root down into your sits bones and rest your palms on your knees. Let your head drop slowly down and roll it to the left and then to the right. Move slowly, letting your breath be your guide as you roll your head gently side to side. Now start to roll your shoulders up and forward on the inhale, shoulder blades down away from your ears on the exhale. Up and forward on the inhale, shoulder blades down away from your ears on the exhale. Do that in reverse. Take it to the hips. Shift your torso to the right, to the front, to the left, to the back, in a circular motion. Exhaling as you circle forward, and then inhale as you circle back. Take several at your own pace in rhythm with your breath. Now reverse the direction for several breaths. Come back to a seated position. We're going to do a seated twist. Twist your body to the right. Maybe put your right hand out behind you. Breathe. Twist a little deeper with each breath. Now release. Come back to center. Twist to the left. Breathe. With each breath, twist a little deeper. Great. Come back to the center. Now come to a tabletop position on your hands and knees. Knees about hip width apart, shins resting on the ground, toes relaxed and pointing behind you. Arms directly below your shoulders, palms to the ground. On an inhale, drop your belly toward the ground, open your chest and lift your gaze. This is cow position. On your exhale, tuck your tailbone as you lengthen through each vertebrae, rounding your spine and soften your neck. This is a cat position. Inhale back to cow or Vinyasa. Feel your belly pull toward the mat and drop your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale to cat or Marjarasana. Push down through your fingers and palms as you pull your belly button to your spine and round your spine to the sky. Do 3 more at your own pace. Focus on moving with your breath. Let the movement be fluid and soft as you gently warm up the spine. Come back to a tabletop position, and we're going to continue to warm up the spine while adding a little balance. Engage your core as you lift your left leg up behind you, bringing it parallel to the ground. Take another breath and check that your foot is flexed with your toes pointed toward the mat. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, lift your right arm in front of you, bringing it parallel to the ground. One more breath, pointing your fingers to the front. Keep your neck soft but long. Exhale, release. Now let's put that together with a deep inhale, lifting your left leg and right arm at the same time. Stay here for a few breaths, focusing on balance. Feel the strength as you lengthen and the power from your heel to your fingertips. If that's too intense, lift your leg and arm separately. Come back to tabletop and shift your hips from left to right as we prepare for the other side. We'll start with just the leg. Engage your core as you lift your right leg up behind you, bring it parallel to the ground. Take another breath and check that your shoulders are over your wrists. Exhale, release. Your next inhale, lift your left arm in front of you, bringing it parallel to the ground, and take another breath and check that your hips are square. Exhale, release. Now with a deep inhale, let's put that together, lifting your right leg and left arm at the same time. Stay here, focus on balance. Tap into your inner strength, keeping your core engaged, lengthen through the spine, and feel the energy shoot from your fingertips. Come back to tabletop and shift your hips from left to right a few times, back to the other side. Again, we're going to go right hand extends, left leg extends. Using a similar motion to our cat position, can you round your back and bend your extended leg and fold your arm, bringing your elbow toward your knee. Extend, round back in. Match your breath to the movement at your pace. On your next inhale, extend. Now shift your back leg out to the side of the mat while keeping your hips parallel to the mat. And can you shift your arm out also? Come back to center and shift your hips left to right a few times, and then we'll take the other side. Right leg extends, left arm extends. Feel the stretch. Round your back and tuck, bringing your elbow towards your knee. Take several rounds at your own pace. On your next inhale, extend and shift your back leg out to the side of the mat while keeping your hips parallel to the mat and your arm. Hold the pose, but not to your breath. Now come back to tabletop. And we'll settle into child's pose. Now, keeping the length in your spine, sink down into your hips and allow your chest to rest on your thighs and your forehead to rest on the mat. Your hands can be out in front of you on the mat or down at your sides, whichever is more comfortable for you. Take a few deep breaths here. Let your body memorize this position. You can come back here anytime during the practice. Feel the ground beneath you and draw strength from Mother Earth. Sink deep into your hips and softening your lower back. Broaden your upper back across the shoulders and relax the muscles in your face, jaw, throat, and neck. Walk your hands out in front of you as far as they can comfortably go. Now, walk them over to the left side and feel the stretch along your right side body. Deep breath in. Release. Walk them over to the right side and feel the stretch in your left body. Deep breath in. Release. And come back to center. And then slowly push back into a tabletop. From the tabletop position, transfer your weight slightly forward into your arms as you step your right foot back and then your left, lifting your hips into downward facing dog. Since this is our first down dog of the day, take a moment to pedal out your dog with a slight bend in your right knee as your left heel pushes toward the ground. Then shift back and forth from one foot to the other. And finally, push both heels toward the ground. Notice that I said toward the ground. Your heels might not touch the ground, and that's okay. I'm going to stay here for a few breaths, which will give us a chance to settle into this pose. Downward facing dog, or Ardha Mukha is one of the most known asanas in yoga. As you breathe deeply in and out, here are a few things to think about. Keep your hands and shoulders width apart. Spread your fingers wide on the mat and press into your palms. Broaden through your upper back and shoulders, drawing them away from your ears. Pull your belly into your spine and your hips to the sky. Allow your heels to melt toward the mat, but don't force them. Understand that yoga is never about what it looks like. It is only about how you feel. I'm going to break down a basic flow sequence that we will be using throughout our practice. On your next inhale, begin to walk your feet toward your hands, settling them next to each other. Roll down through all four corners of each foot. With each inhale, lengthen, and with each exhale, soften or fold. Inhale, lengthen, lift your tailbone to the sky. Exhale, soften your neck and fold more at the hips. This time on your inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Lift your torso away from your legs, keeping your back flat as you lengthen. Exhale, soften back into your forward fold. Inhale, engage your core as you lift all the way to standing and raise your arms overhead, palms touching. Exhale into mountain pose as you lower your arms to your sides. Stay in Tadasana or mountain pose for one full breath. Inhale, open your chest, pull your belly to your spine and engage the quad muscles. Exhale, chin parallel to the ground, soften your shoulders, tuck your tailbone and neutralize the spine. We're going to turn that into a flow using our breath and add on a chaturanga. Inhale, raise your hands overhead. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. On your next inhale, place your hands on the mat, stepping back into plank with your wrists directly below your shoulders. On the exhale, let your knees come to the mat. Untuck your toes, lower your body all the way to the ground. On your inhale, keeping your arms in position, shift your body slightly forward and push up to cobra by lifting your chest. You can stay in baby cobra or straighten your arms for a bit more. Open your chest and broaden through the shoulders, dropping them away from your ears. This pose is similar to upward facing dog that I'll teach in a moment, but I find it a little more gentle on my back, so feel free to use this or upward facing dog anytime we do a flow. Engage your thigh muscles and allow your knees to lift slightly off the ground. Maintain the length and strength in your spine, taking a few deep breaths, and then drop your knees back to the floor, tuck your toes, lift your tailbone, and come back to downward facing dog. Okay, we're going to do that sequence. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands reach to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Let's do that again with an option to do upward facing dog instead of cobra if you'd like. Okay, follow me. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back into plank. Exhale, knees to the ground. Untuck your toes and lower your body all the way for cobra or just halfway for up dog. Inhale, keeping your arms in position, shift your body slightly forward and lift your chest and straighten your arms. Maintain the length and strength in your spine. Take a few deep breaths. Open your chest and broaden through the shoulders, dropping them away from your ears. Engage your thigh muscles to allow your legs to lift slightly off the ground. Now, whether you're in cobra or up dog, on your next exhale, lift your hips and come to downward facing dog. Matching our movement with our breath, we're going to do a complete flow, starting and ending back here in down dog. So inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands reach to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. That flow sequence will be used between poses throughout the rest of our practice. So let's do it a few more times with our breath. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands reach to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands reach to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Okay, from here we're going to start with Warrior One on our right side. Step your right foot between your arms, keeping your knees stacked above the ankle. Keeping your hips square to the front of the mat, turn your back foot to about a 45-degree angle and straighten your back leg. Draw your belly into your spine and tuck your tailbone as you engage your core to lift your ribs and bring your hands to the sky, palms facing each other. Experience the stamina of a warrior, taking several deep breaths. On each inhale, lengthen and strengthen, and on each exhale, soften and relax while maintaining the power that this pose brings. Open your rib cage and chest. Extend your fingertips to the sky. Root down through the outer edges of your feet. Tuck your tailbone and soften your shoulders. And on your next exhale, bring your hands back to the mat. Inhale to down dog, and we'll go through our flow sequence. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands reach to the sky. Exhale, Tandasana. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower into Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. We'll take Warrior One or Virabhadrasana on the left side. So step your left foot between your arms, keeping your knees stacked above the ankle. Remember to keep your hips square to the front of the mat and turn your back foot to about a 45-degree angle and straighten that leg. Draw your belly into your spine and tuck your tailbone. As you engage your core, lift your ribs and bring your hands to the sky with your palms facing each other. Consider the courage of a warrior, the mental and emotional effort it takes every day to face our challenges. On each inhale, lengthen and strengthen, and on each exhale, relax and soften while maintaining the power. Discover the balance between engaging our muscles to provide strength and relaxing our muscles to offer flexibility. True power comes from learning when to apply force and when to apply grace. On your next exhale, bring your hands to the mat and inhale back to down dog. Let's move through our sequence to Tadasana, while we will learn chair pose. So inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale. Reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Now with your feet and thighs together, on the inhale, reach both hands to the sky. Bend your knees and set back on the hips as though you were sitting onto a chair behind you. Lift your arms to the sky with the palms facing each other. You'll really feel your leg muscles getting engaged here. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Squeeze your thighs together and shift your weight back onto your heels. This will help you keep your knees behind your toes and protect them. Inhale, engage your core and open your chest. Exhale, relax your neck and shoulders and tuck your tailbone. On your next inhale, straighten your legs to stand. Exhale, Tadasana. Let's move through our flow sequence and incorporate chair pose. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, come into chair, sinking back into your hips. Now hinge at the hips and sweep your hands to the floor as you straighten your legs into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, steps back to plank. Exhale, lower into chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands reach to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Let's set up for Warrior 2 on the right side by stepping your left foot back 3 or 4 feet with foot parallel to the back of your mat, and point your front toes to the front of your mat. Line up your heels of your front foot with the arch of your back foot. Keeping your hips open to the side, bend your front leg so the knee stacks over your ankle and spiral your front thigh open. Lift your arms up and out, bringing them parallel to the mat, palms down. Try to keep your shoulders and torso directly over your hips. Tuck your tailbone, gaze over your front fingers. Take a few deep, steady breaths and feel the strength and energy flow through your body. Move into extended side angle by bringing your front forearm to your thigh. Open your chest and extend your other arm up, hand reaching toward the sky. Now, bring your lower hand to the floor just inside your foot. This is a great time to use your block if your hand does not go all the way to the ground, or you can keep your forearm on your thigh. Engage your core and lengthen through your rib cage all the way out your arm. Notice when muscles are feeling fatigue and breathe deeply, sending extra prana to that area. When you're ready, lift back up into Warrior 2. Slowly drop your back arm to your back leg while lifting your rib cage and then front hand to the sky. Keep your front knee in alignment with your ankle and maintain the foundation of strength in your legs. As you take a few deep breaths here, focus on lifting your chest rather than coming to a back bend to avoid compression in your back. This is called Peaceful Warrior, and it's a great reminder that empowerment and strength are rooted in peace. Come back to Warrior 2, and then windmill your hands to the ground, moving through your chaturanga, and meet me in downward facing dog. Let's move through our flow sequence to Tadasana, and we'll take Warrior 2 on the other side. So inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands reach to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. All right, let's set up for Warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2 on the left side by stepping your right foot back. Line the heel of your front foot up with the arch of your back foot. Keep Keeping your hips open to the side, bend your front leg so the knee stacks over your ankle and spiral your front thigh open. Lift your arms, drawing energy through your fingertips. Shoulders down and away from your ears and directly over your hips. Tuck your toe bone and lower your front thigh as much as possible. Take a few deep, steady breaths and feel the strength and energy flow throughout your body. Take an extended side angle on this side. Bring your left front forearm to your thigh. Now you can keep it here or move it later on with us. Open your chest and extend your other arm up, hand reaching toward the sky. Let your gaze follow your hand. Now you can leave your arm at your forearm on your thigh, or you can bring it to lower your hand to the floor just inside your left foot. For more stability, position this arm against your leg. Press into your back foot and rotate that hip upward. Notice when muscles are feeling fatigue and breathe deeply. You are building strength. When you are ready, lift back up into Warrior 2. I'm going to do Peaceful Warrior again. Slowly drop your back arm to your back leg while lifting your rib cage and then your front hand to the sky. Keep your front knee in alignment with your ankle and maintain the foundation of strength in your legs. In this moment of Peaceful Warrior, consider how you bring peace as an offering, even in your empowerment. Come back to Warrior 2 and then windmill your hands to the ground, move through your chaturanga, and meet me in Downward Facing Dog. Let's move through our flow sequence. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands reach to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's set up for high lunge on the right side by stepping your right foot between your hands. Keep your hands planted on the ground, front knee stacked over the ankle. On an inhale, sweep your arms overhead and draw your shoulders away from the ears, keeping your palms facing each other or together to touch. Engage your core muscles and thigh muscles to keep your balance. Straighten your back leg and stand on the ball of your left foot. And tuck your tailbone down towards the mat. Allow your gaze to come either in front of you or, if your hands are overhead, toward the fingertips. Take a few deep, steady breaths and feel the strength and energy flow throughout your entire body. Windmill your hands back to the mat and step your right foot back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, swoop and hands reach to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back into plank. Exhale, lower into Chaturanga. And inhale up to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. High lunge or Ashtachandasana on the left side. Step your left foot between your hands. Keep your left hands planted on the ground, front knee stacked over the ankle. On an inhale, sweep your arms overhead and draw your shoulders away from the ears. Keep your palms either facing each other or bring them together to touch. Lengthen through the crown of your head, drawing energy through your fingertips to the sky. Engage your glutes and quads to keep your legs strong. Lift your torso and engage your core. Take a few deep, steady breaths and feel the strength and energy throughout your body. Windmill your hands to the mat and step your left foot back into downward facing dog. Let's go through our flow. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, swoop and reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, Tandasana. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot through to a lunge again. This time as you come up, bring your hands to heart center. Engage your core muscles and thigh muscles to keep your balance. Now take your hands behind your back and clasp your palms together. Stay here or lift up through your torso, hinge at the hips and bring your chest just inside your right knee. Keep your hands clasped, but let them move together away from your back. Humble warrior. Take a few deep, steady breaths. This can be an intense posture. Modify it to fit your body. You can always have the option to stay lifted in the pose. Wherever you are, bring your hands to the mat on the outsides of your front foot. Step your back foot up to meet your front foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands reach to the sky. Exhale, Tandasana. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. We'll do humble Warrior on the other side. Step your left foot through to a lunge. Bring your hands up to heart center. Engage your core muscles and thigh muscles to keep your balance. And take your hands behind your back and clasp your palms together with your other thumb on top. Stay here or lift up through your torso, hinge at the hips, and bring your chest just inside your left knee. Keep your hands clasped, but let them move away from your back. Take a deep breath. This pose reminds me that sometimes being humble is very difficult. Wherever you are, bring your hands to the mat on the outsides of your front foot and step your back foot up to meet your front foot. Let's move to Tadasana, where we will learn one more pose. So, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands reach to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Starting on the right side, shift your weight into your right foot and press your foot firmly into the ground. Keeping the hips to the front of the mat, slowly lift your left leg off the ground and behind you with the foot flexed toward the mat. Engage your core as you tilt your torso forward until your arms, head, neck, and body become parallel to the mat. Root down through your standing leg without locking your knee. Instead, imagine you are lifting your kneecap upward. Take a few deep breaths, again feeling the strength and energy from this warrior pose. Bring your hands to the mat and lift your left foot as high as you're able. And on your next breath, bring your leg back parallel to the mat. Here's the challenge. Use your core strength to lift your torso and bring your hands to your heart in prayer. Come back to Tadasana and we'll shake it out. Then we'll take the other side. Virabhadrasana 3 on the left side. Shift your weight into your left foot, all four corners of the foot rooting to the ground. Keeping the hips to the front of the mat, slowly lift your right leg off the ground behind you with the foot flexed toward the mat. Engage your core as you tilt your torso forward, arms stretched out in front or hands in prayer. Root down through your standing leg without locking your knee. Take a few deep breaths. Now bring your hands to the mat and lift your right foot as high as you're able. Take the challenge again by moving back to Warrior 3 and pausing there first. Or simply, slowly release from the pose by lowering your foot to the ground while lifting your torso. Back to Tadasana. And shake it out a bit. Release any tension or strain on your back or body by coming into Ragdoll. Gently fold forward at your hips while holding the opposite elbows. Sway back and forth in your hips if that feels good to you, keeping your knees relaxed and perhaps slightly bent. Stay for several breaths, letting your body relax more with each breath. On your next breath, take your hands to the floor and come to a comfortable cross-legged position. Ground down through your sits bones and as you rest your hands on your knees. On your inhale, think about lengthening up through your spine, through the crown of your head. And on your exhale, think about softening your shoulders and relaxing the muscles in your neck. We're going to transition into seated forward fold by slowly extending both legs out in front of you. On the inhale, lengthen up through your spine and engage your core. And on your exhale, fold forward from your hips and reach toward your feet. Remember that word toward again. We're going to stay here for several breaths. So on each inhale, lengthen. And on each exhale, fold deeper. Think about broadening your shoulders and extending out rather than rolling down toward your legs. On your next inhale, lift your torso back to a seated position, Dandasana, and we'll do some spinal twists. Leaving your left leg straight, bend your right knee toward you and then cross your foot over your straight leg. Sit up nice and tall, twist your torso to the right and hook your elbow in front of you. Drop your back hand to the floor as a kickstand. Make sure that the twist comes from your torso and not your shoulders. Continue strong inhales and exhales, keeping your chest open and lifted. Drop your shoulders and relax the neck. Gaze toward the back of the room. And release the twist. Uncross your foot and extend your leg. Same thing on the other side. Bring your left knee to your chest and cross your foot over the straight leg. Sitting evenly on your sits bones and twist your torso to the other side. Twists from the torso help to boost our digestive system. Release the twist, uncross your foot, and come to a position laying down on your back. We are going into happy baby pose, which is great for releasing tension in your lower back. Bring your knees into your chest and let your feet go up into the air like you're walking on the ceiling. Reach your arms between your knees toward your feet and grab the outside of your feet. If your hands meet your ankles, that's okay too. You can place your hands on the backs of your thighs or simply hug your knees to your chest if you need to. Find your happy baby or Ananda Balasana. You can stay still or rock back and forth and give yourself a little spine massage. As possible, keep your shoulders on the mat. A gentle tuck of the chin may reduce tension on your neck. Release your hands and slowly lower your feet to the mat. Shift your hips slightly to the left and let your knees fall to the right in a supine twist. Keep your shoulders pressed into the mat, but relaxed. Arms out to the side and gaze in the opposite direction of your legs. Stay focused on your breath. On each inhale, think about lengthening through your spine. And on each exhale, imagine twisting just a bit deeper. Bring your knees back to center. Shift your hips slightly to the right and let your knees fall to the left. Keep your shoulders pressed into the mat, but relaxed. Arms still out to the side, gaze in the opposite direction of your legs, and stay focused on your breath. Lengthening on each inhale, twisting a bit deeper on each exhale. Bring your knees back to center. We're going to move into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So this is a good time to reach for any pillows, blankets, or anything else that you need to help you be comfortable in Shavasana. And then meet me back laying down on your mat. As we move into our final resting pose, extend your legs out. Spread at a width that is comfortable to you. Arms and hands resting to your sides. Shavasana is often referred to as a resting pose. This is where you let your body fully relax. Shift as needed to get completely comfortable. We'll be staying here for several minutes. During this time, consider what you have learned about yourself and your strength during this practice. Close your eyes if you haven't already and feel your chest rise and fall with each breath. Let your head melt into the mat and soften the muscles in your face. Relax your jaw. Feel the ground beneath your shoulders, releasing any tension, and let your arms be heavy against the floor. Let your torso and hips sink into the mat. Relax the muscles in your legs, your thighs, your knees, your calves and ankles. Let any tension in your feet simply fall off and drop to the ground. In this state of relaxation, I invite you to consider what the next steps on your journey may look like for you. You have learned to become aware, to see yourself and your life as it really is. And you've come to accept yourself, appreciate yourself, value yourself. And in doing that, you've been able to extend that acceptance and love to others. You've experienced the power of gratitude. You've had opportunities to let go of the painful past and forgive. Now is your time to move forward. Whether the steps are big or small, you are ready for great things. Consider your strengths, talents, and the things that you enjoy, and build on that. Come to see your life as having true worth, meaning, and purpose. That's as important as the rest of your healing. What is your divine destiny? As you are ready, start to wiggle your fingers and toes, roll your wrists and ankles. Slowly roll to your side and take a few deep breaths. And lift yourself into a seated position. Keep your eyes closed if you'd like and observe how you feel in this moment. You are here. You are safe. You are loved. You are strong. You are ready. I hope that you were able to recognize strengths that you bring into each new moment and discovered ways to use them to bless others. Bring your hands to heart center. We end our yoga practice with the word namaste, which is a symbol of deep honor and respect. What namaste means to me is, may the light and love in me see and honor the light and love in you. If during Shavasana your mind took you to a place that brought you peace, consider continuing in meditation for as long as comfortable. Namaste.